going? My name's Simon. For the last year, I've been building a tech demo for Oak City Indie Games based on a project I've called Project 24. It's a wave-based arena shooter with a daily challenge twist. Think Horde mode meets Wordle. So you get a set of modifiers and a leaderboard, and your goal is to post the best score possible. So first off, Oak City Indie was a total and complete success. I had an incredible time, met a lot of awesome indies, and I can't say, I could talk about how great this was and what an incredible experience it was all day long, but I'm not going to bore you with all that. I mainly want to talk today about what went well, what didn't go so great, and things I would do better for next time. So let's pull up the slides and let's get going. So I went from zero to tech demo in under a year, or right out of a year, and most of the work happened in the last 6 to 9 months. So we're going to talk about what didn't go so great, what went great, and what I'm definitely going to do next year. So right off the bat, a key bit of feedback that I got was, well, things like muzzle flash and bullet tracers and sound don't really seem super important. They do add a lot for atmosphere and help sell the game. And by sell, I mean like sell the experience, the immersion. This is something that I wanted to add, but I had to cut for time. But definitely, I want to make sure that that's something in place going forward. I had a really bulky setup. While this lovely, really pretty PC is great and all, and it's water cooled and it's got all the fancy lights, it was a pain in the butt to haul around. I mean, this is my personal rig, actually, and it just wasn't great. Now, I did have 2 setups here with 2 different sets of modifiers. So, you know, this laptop here had kind of like a glass cannon setup, so the player did more damage but took a lot more damage. And this one here was set up like floor is lava, which is why I had 2 setups. It wasn't because I was just trying to be special. But yeah, not great to haul around. That PC took up most of my table space. Speaking of the booth, there weren't any banners, no standees, no feedback form, which I totally forgot about. No take-home, so no stickers or cards or anything to help people remember the game. Basically, there was nothing to draw people's attention other than me literally grabbing them off the floor, which wasn't ideal. Testing time. I did not have a lot of testing time. In fact, I had like 2 days really. I only wrapped up a little bit before the event. Case in point, on the floor is lava setup, there was a server crash, which means I had to constantly stand there and restart the server, as this is a server-side authoritative game because it is competitive. It's kind of a PvE setup. All in all, that was really frustrating for some players, and first impressions are everything. What went well? I had a very narrow scope. Waves of enemies, 3 weapons, 2 different sets of modifiers, and the short link and QR code setup. That's it. So, you know, basically, you know, you had the weapons here, you had characters dying, you had characters spawning, wall running. You know, the bones of the game are here. And, you know, kind of the last showy piece was this QR code setup. So if you scan the QR code on your phone, it will basically create this unique share link for you. And then you can share that to social media very quickly and easily. And that was it. That was the whole scope of the project. You know, load in to the server, run around, take out enemies, post a score, get a share link, post that share link online. That was the entire demo. This is why it's called a tech demo, because I'm just showing off all the tech involved. And I wasn't afraid to cut things. So if it didn't serve that first sentence, it wasn't kept around. Speaking of gameplay, you know, I just kind of showed you that video there. Everything was there. This level was the right size. Enemy AI was basic but functional, and it was short, simple, sweet, and to the point. The pitch and premise were easy to communicate for the game because everything was so simple. You know, it was very easy to pitch this. I could show them, not tell them. And the call to action for players was very simple: join our Discord, follow us on social. Wasn't like a big ask. So that went really well. And I think the main reason all that went well was because I had really good production and organization. I had a CI/CD system set up in Team City. This allowed me to catch build issues early, so I wasn't frantically scrambling to build things at the end. Everything was deployed to Steam for easy testing. So I have a Steam app set up and account set up. So basically the build system would build all the artifacts, it would deploy them to Steam for me to easily test on my Steam Deck, my laptop, and my PC. And all the project was tracked via Codex. I'm gonna probably do another video after this one, going through all the tech that I'm using in the game, but these are the kind of the two things that I felt really helped, which was organization and production. And lastly, what I would do differently next time. I think I would put a lot more effort into the presentation of the booth. I would, for heaven's sakes, have a feedback form for people to give feedback. And I'm definitely going to move up my deadline a couple of weeks just to give more ample testing time. I hate having to have a bug on the show floor, which is really kind of a bummer. I worked around it, mainly had people focus on the laptop setup, which I think still was able to get the point across. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick post-mortem while everything was on my mind still. I'm super happy with how things turned out. Just being able to have this to show people, to show kind of the vision for the game, honestly was great. I feel so much more confident about this project now that I had this deadline and I met it. And while it wasn't, everything wasn't perfect, it still was allowed me to show people this idea that I have had in my head for like over 2 years now. And I'm really excited for the future of the project, and I just can't wait to honestly keep working on it more. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching this postmortem. Please join the Discord. Links are down below. And yeah, catch you in the next one.